What's going on, guys? It's Anand from underdogstrength.com, and today I have a slightly different video for you guys. It's a beautiful day outside, so I decided to come out and film the video for you instead of filming in my bedroom today. And the topic for today is how to get past a weight loss plateau. In my last video, I talked about exactly why we face a weight loss plateau and how to determine if it's really a weight loss plateau or not. So if you haven't seen that video yet, I highly recommend that you go ahead and check it out. So one of the main reasons why we stop losing weight is not necessarily because our metabolic rate slows down, but it's also to do with your physical activity. When you lose weight, you might find that you've become more and more lazy. So instead of getting up, you find yourself sitting down more, you tend to walk a little bit slower, and you tend to avoid activities like these where you go outside and you walk around. So your physical activity definitely drops when you're losing weight. So the number one thing I would suggest is try to stay as active as you can when you're losing weight. Try to get out as much as you can, and this way it's not only beneficial for you physically, but it also gives you a mental break from working out and all the daily stresses we have in life. One thing you can do is, if you have an activity tracker like a Fitbit and you use it regularly, you'll see the differences between your activity when you're losing weight versus when you're not losing weight. And let's say your physical activity does not really go down that much. What happens is, since you weigh less, you burn less calories doing even the same physical activities. The next thing you can do if you've hit a weight loss plateau is that you can recalculate your calories. Since you weigh less, a lighter person needs less calories than a heavier person does. So what you can do is you can use a calculator to recalculate your new calories at your new body weight, and then create a caloric deficit after you calculate those calories. And you will find that you will start losing weight again. And if you have no idea about how many calories you need, click on the link in the description below and check out my calorie calculator. So now that you recalculated your calories and you're still not losing weight, then that simply means that your body has adapted to those level of calories. And in order to break that plateau, you're gonna have to reduce those calories even further. So I would suggest that you make the smallest possible change when it comes to your diet. So instead of making drastic changes, I would say go ahead and reduce maybe 100 calories from your diet. So let's say you were eating like 2000 calories, you can try 1900 calories. And then stay consistent at this at least for the next 2 weeks and see how your weight changes, or if it doesn't change. Now if that doesn't work, the other option you have is that you can increase your calorie output. Weight loss ultimately comes down to your calories in versus calories out. So if you're already eating pretty low calories and you don't want to cut your calories further, you can do something like add some cardio. Like maybe you can go outside and do some cardio. But if you don't have time to do all that, then I would highly suggest that you check out high intensity interval training, or HIIT cardio. And if you have no idea about how to do HIIT cardio, then click on the link in the description below, and I have a free ebook for you which has 25 free workouts that you can do pretty much anywhere. You don't even need a gym to do a lot of those workouts. By the way, if you want to do some HIIT cardio, then running in the sand is a great way to do it, because running in the sand is easier on your joints, and it's also harder to run in the sand. So you're going to end up burning a lot more calories, and you're going to end up using a lot more muscle in your body. Another thing you can experiment with is your macronutrient ratios. Now you may have heard that term that not all calories are created equal, and there is some truth to that, because not all macronutrients have the same effect in the body. Now there is something called the thermic effect of food, where different macronutrients are absorbed differently by the body. So for example, if you eat protein, the thermic effect of protein is about 30%. And that simply means that if you eat 100 calories of protein, your body has to expend 30 calories in order to break down that protein and convert it into energy. whereas the thermic effect of fats and carbohydrates is anywhere between 2 and 4%. So let's say you take a person who's eating 2000 calories, and instead of changing the calories, if you simply go ahead and change the macronutrient ratios. So if this person was eating a low protein, high fat, high carb diet, and you put this person on a high protein, lower fat and lower carb diet, then you definitely see changes because the net calories that that person consumes are gonna be lower. Now when you're losing weight, you wanna still focus on your strength training. You definitely don't want to lose weight without any strength training, because strength training is the only type of training that will help you maintain your muscle mass when you diet down. And if you were to end up losing muscle mass, that will only slow down your metabolic rate even further. So simply by focusing on strength training and even trying to add muscle, you can actually boost your metabolic rate instead of having it slow down. And if none of these tactics work for you, then there's two other options you can take. The first one is to simply take a diet break. Now, I first learned about this topic by reading some of the books written by Lyle McDonald. And if you don't know who Lyle McDonald is, I highly recommend that you check out some of his books, because he's written so many phenomenal books on when it comes to nutrition, flexible dieting, protein intake, and you can also check out his website. It's called bodyrecomposition.com. But when I first heard about this term of taking a diet break, basically it means that, if you've been dieting for a while, let's say 12 weeks or 16 weeks or even longer, then you might want to take a break from dieting. And this break is usually about 2 to 4 weeks. You simply want to bring your calories back up to maintenance for a minimum of 2 weeks. And by the end of the 2 weeks, you can decide if you want to continue dieting again, and you can jump right back into your diet. Basically what happens when you take a diet break is that you stop dieting for a period of 2 weeks. And what this does is that it allows your body to recover a little bit. It allows your metabolic rate to come back up. Your performance in the gym is going to improve a little bit. So if you've lost any muscle mass, it's going to come back. And also it's going to give you a psychological break from dieting. And this is equally, if not more important than the physiological aspect of dieting. So taking a diet break for at least 2 weeks should really help you out. And then at that point, you can, if you decide to diet back down, you can do so. And you'll find that it'll be much easier to diet back down after taking a short break. If you don't want to take a diet break for 2 weeks, you can try something like reverse dieting. And this is more of a long-term strategy where you try to bring your metabolic rate back up slowly over time. And this is done by adding anywhere between 50 to 100 calories or sometimes even more every single week to your weight loss diet until you stop losing weight. And this is a slow process that will allow you to bring your metabolic rate back up a little bit. But keep in mind that if you follow this strategy, it's going to be a really long-term strategy. But if you feel that your metabolism has slowed down too much, or if you're feeling mentally burnt out, then you can definitely try reverse dieting, or you can try taking a diet break. So let's quickly recap what I went over. The first thing is that you want to make sure that your physical activity, which is also known as your NEAT, your non-exercise activity thermogenesis, that doesn't drop, because that's usually the first thing to drop when you start losing weight, because your body simply wants to move around less. So make sure that you're still staying active throughout the day. Come out in nature if you can. Then the next thing you want to do is, if you know for sure that you've hit a weight loss plateau and you're staying physically active, then you can simply reduce your calories a little bit. Simply by reducing your calories by 100 calories can help your weight loss get going again. And then if your calories are already getting pretty low, then you can add in some cardio in the form of like low intensity cardio such as walking or jogging. Or you can, if you don't have enough time, you can add in some HIIT cardio or HIIT cardio. And The other thing you can do is, if you don't want to cut calories, you can simply adjust your macronutrient ratios and try to replace some of the calories from your your carbohydrates and fats with protein. So all of these strategies should work, and if you're getting to a point where you're feeling very burnt out and you're not losing weight no matter what, then you can either try taking a 2-week or more diet break, or you can reverse diet for a short time and bring your calories back up, let your body recover, and then you can start dieting again. And at that point, what you will find is you will find it much easier to diet back down. If you want to learn more about this topic, make sure to click on the link in the description below, where I've included an article which goes into much more detail on this topic. So anyway guys, I hope this was informative. If you like this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below, and please share this video with one person who you think is going to benefit from this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.